a big revolution in my life was realizing certain people. I always give credit to Wallace D. Wattles, simply because he wrote a book called The Science of Getting Rich, which is kind of like clickbait if you saw that on the internet nowadays, but it was written in about 1908. And in reading The Science of Getting Rich, it really kind of introduces a Southern Baptist Christian boy to something like oneness and values that maybe we are all connected, and maybe we all should try to support and help one another because we're all the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? We're all the same. We got to help. We gotta try to support one another, and definitely that starts with you. The best thing that you can do for the whole world around you is to make the most out of yourself. You hear me? And that is Wallace Wattles' quote. So rock and roll, reformed outlaws, man. You guys hold your heads up. Don't let anybody let you go back to being gangsta again, baby, because I know that from my clique back in the day that there's a big difference between gangsta with an A and gangster with an R. And whenever I say that, I'm talking about gangsta with an A means your pants droop. Gangster with an R means you're a direct descendant of John Dillinger. You know what I'm saying? You don't fuck with those dudes, right? You're friends with those dudes, right? So, I'm not bringing up any names. You hear me? I'm saying, but you're a direct descendant of Arthur Flagenheimer. You hear me? I'm saying. Anyway, rocking and rolling, reformed outlaws. Have faith, man. You know what I'm. Just keep up the good work. Follow your heart. There's a reason why you have that voice inside you, and you got to follow that shit. Your instinct is there for a reason, man. Talking about reformed outlaws, being as such, has anyone noticed an increased number of meth heads in Brazoria County, man? And what can we do as a community to, I can tell you this, don't give them cash. Do not give them cash. I ran into one, I pull up on my motorcycle at the Love's truck stop, and let me tell you something, a meth head pulled up in a $30,000 pickup truck asking me he's trying to panhandle me. I told him, go right across over there to Gulf Coast Ford, Toyota, Nissan, and go sell your $30,000 truck to get back to your quote-unquote family that you had to leave your kids here and you're trying to get back to Minnesota or whatever the fuck, dude. Don't even get me started on that. So that's our vent for the day. Oh, Apple's a $1 trillion computer company. Did you know that Apple factory where they make these computers have that it's basically a community, a city inside of buildings, inside of skyscrapers, that they had so many, I'm going to state the fact. They had put nets up all the way around the building so that when people jump to commit suicide, they land in the nets. So y'all figure that one out on your own. Do you think that those workers being treated properly, and we're paying $1,000 for a phone that they create? It also might be good information to let you know that, we'll talk about that in another show. And what has social media come to? Let me tell you something, that right there might be a whole different, in a nutshell, let me tell you something, social media is a tool. The whole internet is a tool. It's there whenever you need it. I do kind of have a problem with people being banned and shadow banned and censored and all that kind of stuff. I don't know exactly how to feel about all that, and about Alex Jones being the InfoWars and all that being deleted off of YouTube. They say they deleted them off of Facebook, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. And they did it all at the same time. I don't know. I think that's something that if we paid for it, it'd be a different thing. It's a company. They own You hear me? I'm saying they own the platform, and I guess they can do with it whatever they want, and your information, including your pictures, for whatever they want. So I kind of keep that in mind on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, because I mainly try to use that to share the show and to communicate with you all. And speaking of communicating with you all, you can correspond with the show. We're at Robcast Radio on Twitter. We're at Robcast Radio on Instagram. We're at Robcast Radio on YouTube. Definitely download the Spreaker Podcast app, the best podcasting network on planet Earth. Spreaker Podcast, where you can listen to, let's say, the Joe Rogan Experience, Hollywood Babylon, the Adam Carolla Show, and several other awesome podcasts. But don't forget, download the Spreaker Podcast app, and do not forget to click on my name, Robert Cole, where it says created by. Click on my name, Robert Cole, and that's where they allow you to follow the show. So follow the show, ladies and gentlemen, rocking and rolling. Let's make sure I don't have any other big brain busters. We'll keep this one kind of short and sweet, because I'm getting ready to do a little bit of contract work today to help pay the cable bill. We'll get into that another day, man. Do not let your driver's license expire for more than a couple years, because it is a whole, man, it's a whole production to get that thing renewed. So yeah, just talking a little bit about meth heads versus County. Inside the mind of a meth addict, there is no reasoning. There's no rational thinking. It eats away your brain, your rational thinking, especially when you're on that crap. I mean, we could get into that on a whole nother day, but it's something that I do not like to see in our community. And the main thing is if you're handing over dollar bills to the meth heads for whatever reason they're lying to you about, they're using it exactly for what they said. That means if they're bringing you a cordless drill that they stole from somewhere, they're selling you for half price, don't buy it, man. Just fucking don't even be part of that. If anything, report it somehow. Slap them upside the head with your cock or something. So, let's talk a little, just a hint about trophy hunting. Now, there's a big problem right now. The NRA with something. They do not. Activists do not want trophy hunters to join the NRA. Let me just a quick explanation how trophy hunting works. Like say in Africa, the hunters are the one that actually preserve the land and conserve the land. Okay, that's the money that those big trophy hunters pay is what pays for the wardens to keep the poachers off of the property, right? If that makes any sense to you. Once there are no trophy hunters, once there's no one paying to hunt that property, then there is absolutely like the Wild West. There's no one paying any enforcement to enforce the wildlife, game and wildlife rules. So poachers just come in and rape the shit out of the place, and that's how it works. So actually, they're contradicting. I think people just need to look in. Like I said, sit down with someone face to face, man, and have a motherfucking talk with them before you judge them. Like sometimes, I like on some of the other Robcasts that I do. I say they pay me to talk cash shit, so I talk cash shit. Now, is it becoming, are we going to lose our First Amendment? I mean, I can see some shits going on in the near future where we may have to change our social platform to something that's a little bit more to our liking. And then, are we just dividing everyone even more? I mean, come on, aren't we just fucking dividing everything even more? Everything just seems a little bit fishy and out of tune, and you know what? Speaking of sounding fishy, it makes me want to go grab my motherfucking couple of fucking 9 knots and go on out to the motherfucking beach, wait out there a little bit, cast me a couple shark lines out, catch me a couple sharks, tag them for apex predators or A&M, and go ahead and release them back into the wild and do my part for conservatism. Go out and catch me a couple of flounder right now is what it sounds like, throw them suckers in some lemon and butter, wrap them up in foil, put them on the pit. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I don't have much more time. I'll make sure I don't have any other big brain busters to get with you all. Okay, Reformed Outlaws. Listen to the Church of What's Happening Now right here at Spreaker Podcast. Listen to Joey Coco Diaz and Lee Sayat and see what they have to say about the whole situation, man. Check out a few episodes. Let me know what you think about Coco, because that is one Reformed Outlaw that we could learn something by. He's a loving father. He's a very successful comedian, and you may remember him from The Longest Yard. Yes, from 2006. Anyway, check out the Church of What's Happening Now if you are a Reformed Outlaw. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me tell you something. I just have to get on here and tell you all that I really appreciate you tuning in. If you're a Big Brother fan, my apologies for skipping this season of Big Brother. I might do one or two episodes about the show just to keep you little Big Brother fans, little maniacs that are jonesing for some of my shit talking. I did start taking some notes, but man, I kind of single-phased out and started panicking because of it's flood season, it's hurricane season, and everyone is like a motherfucking long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs in that situation. But rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we woke up today. That's a blessing in itself. So do the best with the time that you have at your hands right now, because you can procrastinate about tomorrow, make a list. We might not wake up. The beauty of the past, motherfuckers, is that it's behind us. So guess what? The only time that we have is what we've got right now. Do something motherfucking productive with it, fellas. And live that dream. Wake up every single day doing something that you love to do. Hey, if you got your parents, tell them that you love them and that you appreciate them bringing your monkey ass into this world. And if you do not have your parents, they're looking down at you and they are motherfucking proud of you. So rock and roll. You definitely have a special talent. Use that shit. Don't lose that shit. Set aside a few minutes to yourself, man, to develop whatever kind of skill. If you want to write, if you want to draw your own comic book, you think you're the next Picasso, motherfucker, sit down. No one's going to ever know until you sit down and put that pen to pad and that brush to canvas and see what's up. Fuck. If you suck, you suck, and then you know you suck. But if you don't, you're only going to grow, you're only going to get better, and motherfucking people will know. So, rock and roll. And the main thing is to do what's right in your heart. Follow that motherfucking instinct that you've got, because it's there for a reason. And we'll get back with you all in a day or so. I am the zombie, and I'm out of here for the day. Little maniacs, I love you, and thank you very much for tuning in. Peace.